Hello and welcome. My name is Spyragon, and today I wanted to talk to you about combo farms. It's a combination of Minecraft farms, and show you a little bit of this creative world that I've been running since about when 1.14 came out. Now, there are a huge number of possible farms in Minecraft, and a huge number of tutorial videos on how to build them. But where I think I can innovate the most is finding the best combinations of farms. And that's what this video is going to be focused on. Some of those combinations I found and some principles for how to put those together. Now, if you can see the background behind me, this isn't really a combination farm. This is just a series of different farms stacked on top of each other. This is where I play around with ideas, and I call it my agricultural experimentation area. But now to some real combo farms. And I'm going to start off with what I would consider my main base for this world. It's a building that's supposed to look like Toronto City Hall. It's got my storage and everything else, but it's also got a number of useful farms, as you might do for a building such as this. If you go to the elevator, you will see signs leading to a number of different departments, and each of those departments really is a farm. There's a dye farm with about as many different types of flowers and dye farms that you can fit into one area. Bit of a correction here. Most of the upper floors are actually for storage, storing maps, redstone, wood, and building materials. But where we do have farms is down in the basement. Now, if I can just locate some of these. Might as well go to the brewing room first. Have a few sort of automatic brewers. Not really a farm, but something that can run in the background and be useful. What we do have farm-wise is we have nether wart. So, again, fueling the brewing farm, kind of on a theme there. It's a bit more manual. I mean, I expect to sort of come to and from the base somewhat regularly, and so that's why you would expect to be able to do that. And you would then do that. Actually, the best part of this city base isn't what's in the City Hall building. It's actually what's further around here. And some of these are actually experimental designs fairly early on, but manual tree farm, an automatic, well, not quite automatic tree farm. This one actually requires you to cut down the wood when it ends up over here. Have this that doesn't quite work, and what we have that does work is I call it the meat building, although the sheep are sheared for wool, not for meat. Cows, which have escaped from our cow pen. Cows have been fed. They end up in here where they should be scorched by lava. And we also have chickens loose in the main floor. Scorching their own lava and triggering their own. So you end up with chicken, you end up with meat, and wool here if these, oh, they are on hold. Now it's on hold, so eventually it will fill up with wool and beef here, or if it's on release, it'll actually go into the underground tunnel system back to City Hall over there. And that's, I think, the main genius of this area, is how everything is connected. So, the meat center, things get dropped way down here, go through the tunnels, merge up with a bunch of other tunnels, and interesting. Good to revisit some old builds, but let's move on to something a little more, I would say, advanced. I'm only going to touch upon this one briefly because it's fairly simple, but the main feature here is I've not only got a big storage hall and super smelter underneath. This is a seriously large super smelter. I don't have enough material to show all at once. Maybe I'll get to that. Kind of hard to feed properly. But the main idea is actually the tree farm up top. And the reason it's kind of this manual tree farm is because I wanted this to be something you could build fairly early game in. But it's a bit big for that. But in any case, you can still chop the trees to your heart's content. And the point of the water is that it'll catch almost all of the saplings and sticks that drop from here. So you don't have to worry about coming back to pick up saplings after you chop the trees. You can just chop the trees, replant them, and all that's taken care of. And while we have water streams, we can also harvest sugarcane and bamboo. More sugarcane and bamboo. And we can build these giant portals to get zombified piglins is what they're called now. And those will now go down to the bottom, get killed. Items will get shot back up this water stream, this bubble column, back up into the main water stream and back to the front. So again, the player in this one would be busy chopping the trees, but everything else, the super smelter, the flying machine for the sugarcane and bamboo, and of course all this collection out there it goes right now. Something must have triggered it here, and it's coming back home. So we've just had a harvest of sugarcane and bamboo, and that of course feeds into our storage hall down here. So you can see there it's a bit of an integrated system. Next up, we have a farm here that combines bees, honeycomb, and flowers. This I built when the bees update came out, and I wanted to take advantage of bees pollinating the flowers, so it's been a flower forest, plus getting the honey bottles and honeycombs from the beehives. As well, there's a cactus farm down at the bottom to produce bone meal to fuel the flower farm. You will also notice some of the behind-the-scenes machinery to try and distribute the bone meal evenly to all of the flower farms. And now we open the door on what I think is one of the most useful combinations of farms. A sugarcane farm combined with a creeper farm, ready for making fireworks rockets, and, well, flying rockets. This was actually inspired by Iskel85 when he built these two farms next to each other, but I took it a bit further and put the creeper farm right in the middle. Now you'll notice you get a few extraneous mobs in the sugarcane part, and I actually think that's a feature, not a bug, because you get a little bit of other materials you might need, like bones and string. But yeah, you've got sugarcane all over here, all around the sides, and you've got creepers spawning in the middle, of course, when the player's not right next to it. Now if you fly out this door, go down this hallway, you will come to the... Wait, there's more part of this farm, because not only is this a rocket farm housed in a build that was modeled off of Venice, mostly finished Venice anyway. They come down to this handy-dandy crafting table and not quite sorted, chests. Yes, output chests, right here. And a place to store the fireworks rockets. But, yeah, it's a bit backed up, you can see. And there's a place to put other materials because this is also a tree farm. I think this is an Ilmango design if I remember correctly. Using a TNT duper up top, slime blocks, honey blocks. And this is where the player would sit if they're not in the regular AFK spot. But you can AFK here, farm trees, and get wood while you're waiting for your rocket materials to appear. And the sugarcane left over from the farm can also be the bone meal input to power the tree farm. So you've got a lot of different bits of symbiosis here, or synergies. You've got the sugarcane feeding bone meal, feeding the trees. You've got AFK time from the trees, letting the mob farm run. And I think that's the hallmarks of a good combo farm. So we'll just see the tree farm in action for a little bit. And come to those. The other important thing to keep in mind about this farm is that there's only one farm module to the farm. And in fact, deliberately built it just out of render distance from a Guardian. I'm not sure if Guardians affect the mob count, but just in case, also we don't have lag creatures and Guardians fly at the same time. They're a big distance apart from each other. The player only does one thing, trees. Mobs only evolve in one way per farm. Everything else, you can have passives and really as many as you want. You can have a super smelter here, like there is over by the Guardian farm, and any number of other things, which you'll see in one of the next farms. Now we come up in the distance to one of my favorite projects. Primarily, this is a villager breeder, trading center, and iron farm. However, there's a lot of other farms supporting that in the background. So the main player interaction here is trading with the villagers. And you can see I've coded some of them. We've got a number of different professions here. And the main, I would say, mob factor is either the villagers or the iron golems. Again, probably not a factor for the mob cap, but probably wouldn't want to mess with too many mobs while doing that anyway. See golem spawning areas, villagers still gossip. It's not the most efficient iron farm, and probably not the most efficient villager trading hall, but I feel bad about cooping them up in these 1x1 block spaces, so I give them a bit of room to breathe, and of course have a melon and pumpkin farm right underneath my sort of boat transportation way to get between the villager modules. There's a sugarcane farm under this one, and a cow farm above, some wheat. So really these all are different resources that feed into villager trading, so they're all right at your fingertips. You can get the emeralds from the farmers pretty easily once you have a large supply of melon, pumpkins, and wheat. And you can use those emeralds to trade with a bunch of the other guys. So there's each module has a different set of professions. This one I think is mainly clerics and weaponsmiths. But there's different categories in different modules, and keep them in there. You can go from one to the other. Also should mention the collection system for the sugarcane. Once that flying machine launches, so there's a bit of player interaction there, but you only have to press it once while going to or from villager trades. It will run, it will collect all that sugarcane, it'll grow in the background. It's a pretty large farm, and you can now turn this into paper for books, in addition to some of the leather from cows above. And again, the growing is passive. And as you saw at the beginning, there were a series of hopper minecarts that run underneath to pick up the sugarcane. I'm actually thinking of using this design in my 1.18 survival world, which I have a Let's Play going for right now. Link will be in the description. And that's all the farms. For now, anyway. As you can probably tell from the lack of ads, I'm just starting out this channel and I don't even have enough subscribers to qualify for the advertising program. So if you like what you see, any help in terms of liking, subscribing, boosting this video, getting my channel a bit more attention and noticed and up there in the YouTube algorithm, much appreciated, and will help make sure I can keep doing this, even if it's just a bit of a side for fun thing for now. But until the next video, thank you and have a good day.